What's going on, brothers? This is Mgtow with the name. Got a video for you. It's written title, Don't Care, Part 2. Here goes. So, in my first installment of Don't Care, I mentioned how these ditch pigs, these trollops, and these trash bags are upset because the would-be stepfathers, the would-be pet wallets are ignoring them, and they really don't care to hear what these trollops have to say in regards to how they are struggling and need help. They don't care anymore. And so you fast forward to today. It's been 2 years, and things have waxed worse and worse for these trollops. Things have gotten worse for them. And it is as we predicted, because let's be real. Our opposition does not live in reality. Our opposition lives in their own fantasy, where they can do their dirt to anyone and everyone, and you get to be the scapegoat. But even though they've ruined their life, even though they were sexually irresponsible, financially irresponsible, you still owe it to yourself to man up, run back to the plantation, and save them. In other words, when they're out of options, when they're out of money, when they're out of talking points, you're supposed to wipe them up and help them. And at this point, a sizable portion of brothers just don't care anymore. Men in general don't care anymore. And these trollops, these ditch pigs have earned that. They've earned that. Especially since we're in the middle of broke girl summer right now. They've earned that. You see, they were careless. They were careless when they were CC riders. They were careless when they were popping out bastards from Chad, Tyrone, Pookie, and Ray Ray. They were careless when they were spending money frivolously. And because they were careless, many of us have decided that we don't care about their calamity and their misfortune. And that's the proper response. But here's the problem. They know that they destroyed their life. They know that they completely fucked it up. But they still want to be able to save face. In other words, run from accountability. So even if you had no hand in hurting them, even though you've completely ignored them, they're still going to make you the scapegoat. They're still going to make you the scapegoat. And that is why you brothers owe it to yourselves to master your life of game, perfect it, and be aloof to their struggles. I know I am, because I have a long memory. You hear? I have a very long memory. I remembered that it was Linda Gordon who called for the death and destruction of the nuclear family. I remember that for as long as I've been alive, there have been trollops out here saying they're strong and independent, they don't need no man. And because they've said this, and if you've ruined their life, there's no reason for me to care. I mean, I'm up a dog in this fight. I'm not going through any financial hardships. I'm not chasing tail. What I have been doing is observing. and learning from the mistakes of certain simps and certain trad cooks who decide to throw caution to the wind and play a rigged game. I want you to get burned. That's who I've learned from. And that's who a significant portion of these young men have learned from. I mean, of course, you'll get the occasional bitch-made simp and trad cook who decides to tie the knot and get burned every now and then, but the problem is the room for trial and error it's closing. There's no more room for trial and error. Brothers have gotten more candid. And brothers are taking a critical look at the situation in regards to marriage, dating, and relationships. And they've realized this is a zero-sum game. And they understand full well that these trollops who have destroyed their lives, destroyed the lives of their children, and have made the free will decision to be sexually responsible and financially responsible, they decided that because they did that, they don't care. Because it's not their problem. It's not my problem. I'm not going to be a doormat. I'm not going to be an attack dog. And I'm not going to be the pet wallet of these individuals who told themselves for 55 years that they're strong and independent, they don't need no man, and that my nature is toxic. Superman ain't saving shit. We don't care. And that's where we are right now. That's where we are. Because you got to understand this, brothers, check this out. These trollops didn't care when these divorce lawyers whispered in their ear and gave them the playbook on how to instigate domestic violence so that they could basically get married and be able to legally defraud a man out of his cash and assets. They didn't care then. And part of the reason why they didn't care is because they benefited from it. They didn't care then, but why should we care now? Why the fuck should we? Something to think about, brothers. This broke girl summer is going to be brutal. It's going to be brutal. But you owe it to yourself to stay safe, stay vigilant during these perilous times. If they don't care, I don't care. These are the games they want to play. And if those are the games you want to play, close your wallet and walk away. You got to do that. This is L.O.M. Mgtow. That's all I got for you. If you like the video, like share in the commentary, feel free to subscribe. If you're doing it, visit my channel for tip jar in the upper right hand side of the screen. This is G+ Icon. Oh, and before I end this video, I'd like to remind you, brothers, that I'm officially in the busy season of my trade, so there'll be some days where I'll miss uploading, and because I'm kicking ass in my trade, or if I'm doing OT, that's why I'll be missing a few days, but bear with me. You still get your content. All right, brothers, you know it's real, you know routine. Go your own way, their own way. SYSBM. That's for these ditch pigs, these broke single mothers, these bitch-made simps, these trad thoughts and trad cooks are probably what we say now. We say it, give them nothing. This is Mgtow PSA. Welcome state. See you soon.